Okay, guys, good afternoon. It is Wednesday, October 4th, 2017. It's 1:15 p.m. New York time, and hope everybody's doing great. And first of all, guys, I'm hoping that some of you are actually watching these videos, and I apologize I don't do more. A lot of times it's just after the fact, and that's not really helping anybody, and I don't always have time to do it. So, if you're watching these and you get something out of it, leave me some comments under the video that I'm watching it, and if you can do more often, do so, and I will try to make the time to do some before some of these risk events. What I wanted to talk about really briefly is the Australian dollar. Now, first of all, on Monday night, New York time, we had the RBA rate statement and cash rate. It was pretty much a non-event. They did not change the rate, which wasn't expected. And the statement was, although mildly dovish, they're still trying to jawbone it down a little bit, saying that, they don't like the Aussie being so strong. But it really was nothing new and nothing the market really took very much stock in. So nothing really happened, honestly. So again, pretty much a non-event from both a fundamental and a technical standpoint. Now tonight we have two important pieces of data out of the Australian economy: retail sales and trade balance. Both are coming out at 8:30, which is interesting, especially if one's good and one's bad. That really creates a lot of uncertainty and maybe not good trading conditions, but. They're expecting an improvement in retail sales from flat the last month to 0.3% increase. In the trade balance, they're expecting to go from about $500 million to about $0.88 billion, which again is positive if that's the way it comes out. So we'll have to see. Now, I just did want to go to the charts for a minute. Now, remember, we're over 7 hours till this news comes out, so certainly I'll be looking at this later on before the news comes out. But here's some of the charts, and let's see what happens here. So now here's the pound Aussie, and you can see right now it's actually going down. And let's see if that's the pound. It's probably being driven more by the pound. But here's what I was looking at. This little move here is corrective, so I was thinking that heading into the news we'd be going down. The news comes out negative for the Aussie, and we turn this up. And then if you zoom out a little bit on the pound Aussie, this does potentially look like it could end a correction and turn back up. The pound Aussie had been moving up pretty strong, so this could just be a correction to this uptrend. In fact, the CCI on the daily chart suggests that might be the case, so we can see another push down here heading into the news and then turn back up. So let's look at a couple of Aussie pairs. So here's the Aussie yen, and again, zooming out here, of course, the Aussie has been pretty strong. We've really been rallying in this pair since the springtime, March, April time frame, when the Aussie started turning back up. And we've been in a little bit of a downtrend here as of recently. And if you want to look at an Elliott wave standpoint on this current move down, it could be something like this. And so my guess is that we'll see the Aussie go down on this news. Now this could just be ending a wave 5, so I don't expect that this will go too much further beyond this low. If this was the 1, this was about 186 pips, so that's not bad. 186 pips here would take you all the way down to about this low, which would almost make sense. The previous wave 4 of the prior uptrend is a classic Elliott wave retracement. So maybe somewhere in this area here. And if we go back out, this could be a good area right in here. We have support here, prior resistance, and if this was an Elliott wave pattern, this wave 5 would be about the same length as wave 1, and that would be about how far it would go. So also, here's the Aussie Swiss. Here's the 3-hour chart. And again, I would expect that, you see I've already got this arrow up here, expecting to see this go up to about here and then maybe go back down. And same thing here, maybe 1, 2, 3, zoom down a little bit here. From a pattern standpoint, maybe something like this. Although technically this violates an Elliott wave rule right here, because if this is wave 4, it's already gone into the area of wave 1. That's a violation. So that really does kind of void this particular setup where it's sitting right now, unless this candle closes below here. So which it might. This is a 4-hour candle. So and Aussie Kiwi looks like it's finishing a trend right now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I can see that one turning down. And then the Euro Aussie, I don't really like at all, to be honest with you. Just the way it looks, it's just ugly. So here's the Aussie Kiwi on the daily chart. We've been moving sideways. So of course, if the news is negative for the Aussie, then this pair should go up. But this is really, kind of an ugly pattern. I just don't really see much in this right now. So it's probably not one I'll be trading. Now it could be this is going to finish. Here's the 1-hour chart. This could, come down from here and drop down. And you see I do have this arrow drawn right here that potentially over the next 7 hours we'd see this fall. The remaining part here, this is only about 40 pips, which is nothing for this pair. Between here and this arrow is only about 45 pips. So we could see it sell off into the news and then turn around and reverse back up. So if I see it somewhere down in this area at the time the news comes out, I'll feel more confident about potentially taking a long position. Now the other thing that could happen with this news is that we get a mixed bag, as I said. Perhaps one comes out positive, one comes out negative, and the market will push and pull a little bit. Maybe the Aussie will continue to strengthen for a short period of time, and then the market will stop and reverse and go back the other way and sell the Aussie off on second thought. So we'll have to see, where this all plays out. But there aren't great patterns, and like I said, the Euro Aussie, the way it looks right now, I won't be trading that unless it looks more clear. Pound Aussie doesn't look too bad. Aussie Kiwi potentially ending a trend. Aussie Swiss maybe ending a correction. Aussie Yen maybe heading down for a wave 5. All those point to negative numbers for the Aussie. But again, always with the disclaimer that we still are a ways from the news and a lot can happen. Here's the Aussie Yen on the 1-hour chart. Actually, it looks better if you zoom out around the 3-hour or so. This looks pretty corrective. Let's see if we can get a better picture with the CCI here. And it's really kind of oscillating a little bit. So the indicator is not really the primary thing, as I've told many times. The indicator is nice, but I don't make trading decisions based off this CCI indicator. I'm looking at the patterns and the fundamentals. So again, coming off the rate decision news, the Aussie really continued to strengthen. The market kind of shrugged off the jawbone that the RBA did. So if any of this news comes out negative, especially considering it's thought to be positive, if these disappoint, then the market really is going to rethink the bullish stance that it's taken on the RBA, on the Australian dollar, especially since Monday. If these numbers don't confirm the strengthening of the economy, because both of these are obviously very directly tied to the strength of its economy. So if they disappoint, they're going to reconsider whether maybe the Aussie has been bid up too high and sell it off. And right now, that's what the patterns suggest may happen. So that's what I'm thinking, guys. Again, maybe an hour to a half hour before this news comes out, go and look at it again. as compared to maybe where I have these arrows drawn in now, where I think the price might be at the time the news comes out, and kind of see what's going on. This is a 3-hour chart on the Aussie, and there's not enough time for this to, go from here to here before the, from where it is now down to here before the news comes out. So that's not going to happen. So, I'm thinking that the news will cause it to go down, and then I'd probably look to for a profit area, maybe somewhere down in this area. So, which would be pretty nice. So, anyways, guys, that's it. Again, hope it helps. Leave comments, and if you like the videos, please like it or leave a comment or any questions or whatever. Otherwise, I'm not sure who's watching them, and so I don't want to waste my time doing them. So, but people have subscribed to the channel, and so I do feel I should do more, but kind of goes by the viewership. So, anyways, guys, hope you have a good rest of the day. Happy trading. Good luck. Be safe. And we'll talk to you all next time.